Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. No Matrix, no simping, no simping. And this goes for Christian men. This goes for Muslim men. Well, Muslim man, a real Muslim man, they already know the deal. That's one thing about them. They already know how they women is supposed to be. But I want to talk about a lot of these United States women who are talking about they want a God-fearing man. Their reasons are disingenuous. Their reasons are disingenuous. And I know, I've been in churches. I've seen guys that literally went from gangster type dudes into fat, hand-picked husbands. I'm just telling you. And they weight don't matter. That doesn't matter. Because that can be easily corrected. But being hand-picked, that can't be easily corrected. So we're going to get into some things about this and why they keep saying, and you hear the celebrities saying it, they want a God-fearing man. All the rituals some of them celebrity women do. And then they come back and say, I want a God-fearing man. Man, come on now. Come on, man. Come on. No. Disingenuous. Here's why. I did a short on it, but that's not a topic that I can just cover in a short. See, one thing I noticed, I've been a member at 3 churches. I was ordained by a church. I ran the Sunday school in the church. I was in the church for, in these churches, membership. Let's see. From 1997 until like 2004. I didn't even last in these churches. And there's a lot of reasons. One, I noticed that a lot of the guys, they expect you to be a little punk. They be trying to punk you. Like, at least in the churches that I was in. And when you start standing up to them and asking questions, that's when it jumps off. That's when it was going down. So from 2004, that's when I just, start seeking God. Like, that's when I went, I withdrew myself and just got to doing research on everything. And I learned some things. I most recently, ran into problems in my own marriage that lingered on for years. And I would say since like maybe 2013, like I was secretly just researching all of this stuff. And it took like almost 7 years for the Most High to show me the truth about relationships and marriage, that relationships, and where he stands on relationships. Because you have all of this stuff built up that you don't be understanding. You got to learn how to seek the Most High and let him show you the truth and put the truth in your heart. The reason why these women keep saying they want God-fearing men is because they don't want to submit. But that's kind of hypocritical. You want a man who's supposed to have read and understood your role. That you, from the beginning, were required to be his assistant and to submit to him. But they want a God-fearing man because they know it's a lot of simps in a lot of these churches. Let's just be honest about it. And one thing I noticed that simps have been doing lately is wherever they think they are strong, that's where they try to criticize other men. That's where, I'm not trying to hear it, man. People run into money problems. People have health problems. Those are not reasons. Like, if you a pastor and you sitting back collecting money from everybody and you living a luxurious life because everybody bringing their money to you, you have to be more wise in how you criticize men for what they don't have. It's a lot of things that come into play in today's world. So you ain't gonna hear me criticizing a dude that I know is trying. He just coming up a little short, especially a God-fearing man, because you already know the devil is gonna throw every roadblock in that man way that she can. So when you start criticizing a God-fearing man for what he doesn't have, or his health problem, or little stuff that you already know that the devil done put in his path, you need to kind of get a little more wiser. You got to get a little more wiser. Most men nowadays, their parents ain't gonna leave them nothing. They gonna have to stand down on these jobs, you know, because people gonna be trying to emasculate you on most jobs. Not all, but most. It's a lot of obstacles that come in the way for an unsaved man and for a saved man, for an ungodly man and for a godly man, for a man that doesn't fear God and for a man who does. Obstacles in the way, you know, and some of that stuff is all in how you think. You got to change your thinking pattern. You got to learn how to cast down imagination and everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. You got to learn how not to look at what other men have or where other men are, but to look at where you're headed. There's other things that do come into play. But these women who are saying they want a God-fearing man are disingenuous, because when you look at their history, all you had is pookies. So you want a man of God to have to deal with your jailbird ex. This is why I tell dudes, don't never let loose your masculinity. Still work on your fight skills. Still go to the gun range. Listen, take it from me. I'm putting it on myself. I'm putting this, what I'm finna say, on myself. The Most High is not trying to strip you of any of your masculinity. The Most High does not expect you to be any man's whipping boy or woman's. I'm putting that on myself because I know how he thinks. I don't know everything he thinks. I don't know when the world is going to transfer into what it's going to be forever. But there's some things that I do know about the Most High. And one of them is that he frowns upon women who don't listen to their men. He frowns upon women who don't have sex with their men. It's not that he's sitting back watching it, but you're supposed to be doing it. Even when you get too old to have kids, now it becomes about pleasure. You're supposed to be pleasing him. That's just all it is to it. These women want a God-fearing man that's going to put up with all that garbage. And that's why y'all just keep listening to me. Don't listen to these dudes that got you catering to these bad women, chasing them around. You treat these women how they treat you. If they treat you good, you treat them good. If they treat you great, you treat them great. If they treat you bad, don't be trying to win them over. It's too many women in the world to be trying to win one who don't respect you, one who lost respect for you, or any of that over. Forget her. And I'll tell you this too, and I'll put this on myself too. Biblically, a man can divorce his woman. The Bible says if you find any indecency in her. Now, what does it mean by this? Let me ask you something. Are God's words decent? Are the Most High's words decent? Okay, if they are, what did he say? He said that it is not good that man be alone. I will give him a helper, some translations say. Some translations say help meet. But they both kind of mean the same thing. He ain't giving you a herder. He giving you a helper. He ain't giving you someone just think they there to criticize you and to pull in the other opposite direction every time you start pulling in the direction. Let me tell y'all about something. So in my old job, and I don't care if she do hear this, because this is gonna be the truth. I know they be listening to my videos. I don't care. They can go back and tell her what she gonna do. But listen to this. So I used to play football with this one guy. I knew him from school. We wasn't like the best of friends, but we was cool. You know, we spoke to each other. We dapped each other up in the hallways at school. We nodded to each other, you know. She married him, right? Now check this out. She married him. While we were at work, we were working together this particular day. And he said, let me speak to him. So I was talking to him on the phone. And he was telling me how he wanted to move out of Milwaukee and all this and all that. And I'm telling him like, yeah, man, go ahead, man. We talking. And get off the phone. She like, I'm not moving, right? Now check this out. Remember how you supposed to follow your man. Like, if you can't talk your man out of something, and even if you trying to talk him out of it, you need to be 100% correct. Because what you supposed to be doing is follow. So she said, I ain't moving there, it's too hot, and this, that, and I ain't leaving. So I already knew, even back then, I ain't say nothing. I said to myself, they finna have some problems. Because she trying not to follow his lead. And I know how ex-wives/men think. So who was there? Nobody knows what exactly they were talking about from that point on. But I was on a pod with like her best friend on the job. We were working together. She called crying to him about all the stuff this dude did or whatever. And I'm thinking like, I'm hearing the whole conversation. And I'm thinking like, saw that coming. But the way he didn't handle it right, some guys do that goofy stuff. They start messing with somebody else and they'll end up with like another baby or something like that. Well, all you had to do was tell her, look, if you ain't gonna follow me, I'm still going. So we can just put these papers in right now. Like me, I started having my problems and stuff like that. I said, I'm not giving no victim satisfaction. What do I mean by that? You start messing with other women and you ain't even finalized your way out of that woman. I'm not doing that. So he ended up in a whole nother state, like all the way on a whole different coast. And that was the end of it. When I know, like, one thing I knew about him, he was always a player. And from what they were saying, he wasn't no player no more. Like, he wasn't, he was like trying to be a family guy and stuff like that. But, hey, man, like, y'all women gotta understand, you mess your relationship up with all that arguing and not following your man, and from what somebody else was telling me, she was messing with dudes on the job. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you about that, because they want, and this particular guy, I don't know if he was God-fearing. But what I do know is that guys in the church, out of the church, they had the same problems, man. Same problem. So all these women, I'm going to get into a couple reasons why they saying this. And I guarantee you women going to be coming in the comment, no, I just want to, have morals, this, that, and the other. Listen, being God-fearing is not going to stop a man from getting another woman. A man has to stop himself from getting another woman if that's what he want to do. But in the last couple years, 10, 15 years, it's already came out about polygyny. So what if you get a God-fearing man that know the truth about polygyny? Then what? What you gonna do then? You gonna divorce him, take him for everything he got? Another reason why I believe they saying this, because they think a God-fearing man is gonna tell the truth in divorce court. A God-fearing man is gonna tell the truth in the child support court. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm gonna wrap this up in a second. It is 16 degrees out here. And usually when it's like this, my voice be cracking. So, they say that in part because they want a guy that's going to be honest when challenged by judges. Let me tell y'all something, man. Don't put yourself in no situation that benefit an enemy. Let me say that again. No matter what you face in life, do not put yourself in positions that favor your enemy. A woman that's trying to divorce you, a woman who's opposed to you, is your enemy. Kids or no kids? Kids or no kids? So what they do, they also want a God-fearing man because they think he's going to be more forgiving towards their past. That's another reason. 3, 4 kids, 4 baby daddies, they expect a God-fearing man. Baby, I ain't gonna hold it against you. I know people make mistakes. Be careful with that. But let me get off of here. I'll be back with more videos. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simply, All Subjects channel.